The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got another good show for y'all tonight. Joining us in about 12 minutes, we have the head coach of the Catholic of New Iberia Panthers, Coach Matt Desormeaux. He's going to join us tonight. And then after that, we're going to pick the winners for all of the state championship games that are being played starting tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. You know, you guys know I can't do this without my two co-hosts. We got the one VK Jones. What's up, VK?
Hey man, what's going on with y'all people? Everybody, like, tag, share, subscribe to the Hash Out Show on all social media platforms. Log on to the hashtoutshow.com. And we definitely appreciate all the support and love all throughout this football season, especially the Hash Out Show game of the week. So we definitely appreciate all the support in the world. And I tell you, I think we about to get flooded with these Catholic New Iberia fans. And I'm like this is your night tonight. This is your night tonight. You deserve this time. And I'm telling you, man, first of all, before we get going any more further, congratulations to the Panthers of getting to the state finals. You really proved us wrong this year.
Look, Jeffrey and Jack, y'all better go tell all your people, man, to hop on right now
Hop
on this
on.
show. Tell them right now. So, what's up, Troy Narcisse? We also got the one and only George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, guys? And it is the Christmas season, right? So one of my favorite things is twice the night before Christmas. How about twice the day before championships and all through the house? I can't finish it. It just came to my head. It is championship eve, guys. We are going to a 3-day festival of football, of high level football. We are going to crown 8 state champions over the next 3 days. And VK, I'm glad you're here with us tonight because last night we were talking about, we were talking in advance of tonight's show, and one of our great fans said he would cut cartwheels if you go undefeated this week. Austin Tyler said that about you last night.
I actually looked at the replay. Yeah.
And now I answer this way: having a good night's sleep, stressful day at work with a good night's sleep. I answer it like this: I don't want you to go 8-0 because that means you're going to win the pick title. A competitor in me says you ain't winning this week. It's my title. I can't lose it. I'm taking this champion. There you go, Devin. That's what I'm talking about. But no, well, it's going to be a great 3 days. I'm looking forward to spending it with you guys in the Caesars Superdome.
VK not there tomorrow.
No, I know he'll be there Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
But I see Alston's recanting statements. Really? Now, come on, bro. You got to have more. You know what? Than that. Come on now. But to the people of Catholic New Iberia, I owe you a profound apology because I was one of the main ones that popped off and said I didn't think y'all were going to beat Newman, let alone beat Calvary Baptist on a walk-off field goal. Now you're here in the Superdome, and it's easy to say, well, you're going against Elijah Haven and Dunham, and we're not going to pick you again. Well, we're not saying that. We don't know yet. We haven't made our picks. But if we pick Dunham and y'all beat him, the abuse is there. It's not gonna be good for us if we pick Dunham and they beat him.
Well, we'll see
That
come
we'll see.
Friday at 3:30 when it comes to Catholic and Dunham. But before we move on, there is a VK rant coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Another one?
Oh well, we didn't have one yesterday, so he's asked for about good 3 to 4 minutes to speak his mind on a topic that kind of blew up on Twitter after our show last night in regards to Coach Wallace Foster and Riverdale VK. The floor is yours.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it to let me give the time to talk about this subject because I know everybody was curious to see what my thoughts were since the subject was talked about last night. Um, Basically, getting insight of what happened and what's going on, I knew something was up because last week, and I think this happened on a Thursday, if I recall, right? Thursday or Friday. Oh, it was a Thursday. It was last Thursday this happened
That he got fired?
when all this went down last Thursday.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
and the thing about it was something I knew something was up because I get a comment from an interview I did with Wallace Foster when he first got the job, him and his son when he signed with LSU. And I seen a comment said that's messed up what happened to Wallace Foster at Riverdale. And I'm like, say what? So I went digging and digging to see what was going on. And when I found out what happened, I am like stunned completely. A good bit of the students, teachers were stunned of what happened. And a lot of details to it that we can't mention. But at the same time, it's just the fact that, when some people don't want you, sometimes you're not wanted. It's crazy, especially when you put all the work in. And the thing about it for Riverdale, this is just not been the first time. Riverdale has drove off four good head coaches that had made progress to that program. Stuart Bott, Brett Fonafans, Willie Brooks, and now Wallace Foster. I don't know what is going on, but not just that, I smell mediocrity from the top at Riverdale. It's been going on for too long, and I'm not going to say names, but at the same time, for the principal and the athletic director, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be a real shame of yourself, big time, because of the fact of a program in athletics that has just been mediocre in every sport. That the fact that progress is being made, and every time progress is made on the number one sport, you scale back. You drive your coaches out. For what reason? To stay in academia? That's what it is? Really? Plain and simple, Riverdale was in a position to do something that has not been done ever. One was accomplished, the other didn't, but you just knew that things were changing for the better at Riverdale. But now, some people decided, well, it's a little too much, or that's not my guy. All I know is the fact of the matter is This is just another freaking excuse, and you're disappointing the student body, teachers, employees, and also an alumni that's been living and dying and trying to have their school in existence as a great school. What happens when you just have academics? Nothing wrong with academics. It's great to have academics in school. That's the turning point. That's the main goal. But you want to have an all-around school. Why kids just want to go there and just want to make grades, go home? These kids want to participate in something. These kids want to be a part of something. And for these kids to stand up for their coach, big ups to y'all. Big time ups. Big ups. So plain and simple, with that being said, if you're going to continue to be this way, Riverdale High School, you might as well just not compete for district at all. Just be an institution that just compete in sports and don't compete in district. Just do that. Because you're going to drive good coaches out for you to elevate. Not just the fact of winning, but getting students to the next level. You only have one division, one guy that's been to the next level. That's Dante Jackson from LSU. That's still in the league. Plain and simple.
DJ, that's not the point. DJ 13. It's not the point. If you think they wasn't good enough, it's not the point.
No, that's not the point. It's not the point, DJ. DJ, remember, they beaten Eric for the first time ever. They never beaten them. Every time they played Eric, it wasn't a game. Third quarter, the game over. That's how bad it is. Riverdale has been mediocre in everything until they had a good head coach. Good head coach. Excuse me, sir. I have the floor, Mr. Andre. We'll talk about your school in a minute. All right? This is
Hold
my
on, hold
time.
on, hold
Oh,
on.
we ain't gonna drive them out. We don't
No,
drive
no,
them out. We
you
don't
ain't gonna
drive them
talk. You
out.
ain't gonna talk to
No,
them
we
like
ain't
No,
gonna
we're
that.
drive
not
them
Hold
doing
out.
on
that.
now. Hold on now.
Mm-mm.
They are excited. Their head coach is in the lobby. Coach Desormeaux. They're
That's
excited
cool.
to see this. Hold on,
That's
slow
cool.
it down.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
still
I'm
got
sorry.
2 minutes to finish your rant.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry,
time
Mr.
it up.
Andre, sir. I'm just saying, but in respect, we appreciate you. But at the same time, I'm gonna end it off with this. If you're going to continue doing what you're doing and operating how be operating with athletics, Riverdale, just don't compete in district at all. Because a lot of these other kids, EJ, Bonnable, oh, you about to get flooded with a lot of kids, or even Kinder Discovery. So and then also one more thing.
Haynes.
There's a reason why schools like Haynes, Kinder Discovery, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Taylor is ahead of the game than y'all, and they're academic first. So something wrong with y'all. This is real talk. I digress.
Thank you. Thank you. Now,
This,
with that being
this,
said, we're gonna move on to the next topic. And look, VK, you getting all been out of shape. Look at Isaac, just joking around with you, man. Gosh, VK. I mean, I know they was joking, man. You VK was all
getting been out of
serious.
shape.
He was all
But
serious. I'm
Jared,
like, hold on, I got the floor. Like,
this,
wait a minute, VK, wait a minute.
Jared,
I,
Yes,
I was
there
I
is
was just
one thing I want to say.
yes, make it quick.
Riverdale, and this is something you and I hopped on last night, but I didn't say this on the show, and I'm going to say it now because of BK's rant. Riverdale cannot stand prosperity. That's why they did what they did. They cannot stand prosperity. When it slapped them in the face and said, "Hey, look, we're gonna make y'all good." Nah, we don't want that. We're gonna stink again. Okay, good. That's on you. They can't stand prosperity. That's why they did what they did.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they can't stay in prosperity or what, but I know what they
Now,
did
come
was
on.
wrong.
You
It was
firing the
wrong.
man that had you a district championship
No,
potential?
no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm just
Yeah,
everything that happened was wrong. We leave it at that. But
completely.
let's move on. Let's move
All
on
right.
because Calica New Iberia fans have been on our show for the past couple weeks, and I
And we
love
love
it.
it though.
I love it that
Yep.
they've been here. I love it so much, and now we bring in our special guest. He is the head coach of the Catholic of New Iberia Panthers. They are playing for a state championship on Friday at 3:30. He's also won a state championship at Ascension Episcopal. We have the one, the only coach, Matthew Desormeaux. Coach, good evening, and how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm good. And yourself?
Oh, we're doing great, Coach. Thank you for joining us. Coach, how has it been being the head coach at your alma mater?
Oh, it's been awesome. Ever since I got back, working with the kids and working with the staff that I have. I'm very fortunate to have a great staff over there. A lot of the guys that actually are on staff played at Catholic High. One of them's a year younger than me that I played with. Some of the guys I actually coached against that are on my staff now when I was at Ascension Episcopal. But it's been a great experience since I've been back, and I'm enjoying it right now, and I look forward to doing it for a long time.
Most definitely, Coach. Um, let's go back to Friday night. Calvary Baptist, they lead 31-24 with a minute and 57 seconds left. You guys score a touchdown within 50 seconds. You go for two. You don't get the two, but you get the onside kick. And on a 4th and 10, you convert and then kick the game-winning field goal. My first question, what were your thoughts of everything that transpired from being down by 7 and then to winning the game?
Yeah, I say it all the time. A lot of times it's better to be lucky than good. For some of those things to work out, you have to have some luck go your way. But I mean, our guys, they battled for 48 minutes. They never gave up. Lots of ups and downs in that game. We led up until those last 3 minutes. That was the first time I think Calvary took the lead. And a lot of emotion. It'd have been easy for our guys to kind of give up and just say, "Oh man, it's been a great year," but that's not what our team is about. That's not what our kids are about. And they found a way to make it happen. That's one of the things we talked about. With 2 minutes to go, look at the clock, find a way to make it happen. And our guys never gave up. And even in very difficult situations, which it was, I mean, missing that 2-point conversion, I'm not gonna lie, part of me thought, well, season's over. But couldn't give up, couldn't act that way, had to continue to push, and just like our guys did, make big plays. The onside kick obviously was huge. That was the best onside kick that Bennett kicked all year. Our kicker, Chris Green, made a great play on it, tipped it up to himself, recovered it. Offense had to get out there and make plays. Luke Landry scrambling and doing great things. That 4th and 10 pickup, it was a senior to a senior. To Jake Wyman, who missed about half the season due to a broken collarbone, who's got back around week 6 or week 7. So it was just a great game all the way around. Our kids showed a lot of grit, a lot of integrity, a lot of toughness to push through, and I mean, it was definitely an emotional roller coaster. I'll say I probably lost a couple of years off my life in those last 3 or 4 minutes, but it was definitely a great game.
That is pretty much one of the most ultimate examples of perseverance, Coach, never giving up. Throughout these playoffs, you faced the number 3 seed Newman, the number 2 seed Calvary Baptist, and the number 1 seed now on Friday, and in Dunham. Talk about being the underdog in pretty much all these matchups, and your team, you know, pulling up these not gonna say upsets, but pulling up the win over these guys.
Yeah, I mean, going into the playoffs when the brackets came out, we said it. I mean, if we do what we accomplish, if we accomplish our goal that we have set out in winning the state championship, there's no doubt that we're the best team in our division, playing against the number 2 seed Newman, number 3 seed Calvary, the number 1 seed Dunham. It's I kind of like being the underdog. You're going in there, nothing really to lose. You go out there, sell out, give it everything you got. I will say this: I know in our locker room and our coaching staff, going into all these games, we felt like we deserved to be there and we deserved to win that game. We knew it was going to take a great game from us, from our kids, great game plans, great preparation, great execution. But we knew that every single one of those games was winnable as long as we played our game and didn't make mistakes and capitalize on their mistakes.
Before I pass it on to VK, Friday at 3:30, you have the Dunham Tigers. I'm not going to ask you what's your game plan. I never do that with coaches, but I will ask, what will it take from your team to become state champions?
It's going to take another great effort like the last 3 weeks. They're a heck of a ball club. Coach Weiner's a great coach. You can tell by watching them on film; they're very well coached. They execute very well. They're a little undersized on the lines, but they play lights out. I mean, they have great motors. So for us to have a chance to come out with the win, like we hope to do, like we plan to do, we'll have to go out there and execute our game plan, play a great football game, not make mistakes, and force some turnovers and win the turnover battle.
Coach Desormeaux, man, how you doing? We appreciate you being on and everything, and thank you so much for accepting the invitation. Your fan base is unbelievable. I mean, we get a lot of fan bases on our show every week. This fan base just came out of nowhere, like WWE style, and just right then and there, like four horsemen with the chairs and boom, boom, boom on us, you know. But you gotta love the passion that
Yeah.
this fan base has, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have a passionate fan base. They got a little crazy to them, but I think we all do. So, I love it. They're cheering us on Friday nights. They're supporting their kids, supporting their nephews, nieces, all those different things. So it's been great. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we can give them that one last win that we're trying to work to get.
Yeah, they've been proving us wrong, Coach. But we love how these fans are coming here and everything. But we appreciate you. I gotta ask you this. Looking at it, and I'm gonna be real with you. I think the fans has a reason why they got on us because I'm looking at your schedule. Very impressive on a lot of. You got a good bit of good wins, and then on top of that, you're averaging over 35 points a game. You come in winning 12 straight games. And my first question is, how are you going to try to maintain and to have your team prepared to try to give it all they have one more time to take home your third state title?
Well, it all comes in the preparation. We've had a great week so far. Our padded week's pretty much over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, and we talk about all the time. It's not a switch you can turn off and turn on Friday nights, or in this case, Friday at 3:30. But it's all about the preparation. Our kids came in 6:15 Monday morning, lift. Our normal routine. Get a great lift in, go out and practice. So it just takes what we've been doing every week, continuing to prepare the right way and carrying that to Friday night and finding a way to win, finding a way to make the big plays in those big moments, get turnovers, convert third downs, all those different things. So it's just going to take a great team effort, all three phases of the game, and continuing to work hard and finishing the practice week off right tomorrow with a great focus Thursday, and just taking care of business.
Coach, I remember when you took over the program and everything, and it meant a lot for you to really try to continue to maintain a good program that won a state championship in 2017. But at the same time, you wanted to hopefully get them back. And what were your thoughts going into this season coming up? Y'all kept digging and digging, making the postseason. What what was in your minds, you and your coaching staff, more than anything else, that this maybe might be this team that might could do a lot more in the playoffs than a little bit, maybe a chance to win state?
Well, we knew it was definitely a possibility. We knew what types of players we had, but obviously, like I said earlier, you have to have some luck go your way. You got to stay healthy throughout the season. You got to win those close games. You got to get some balls roll your way, like that onside kick the other night. So it takes a lot of that type of stuff. But we knew how talented we were. We knew that we didn't have the big names that some of these schools have, but we have a solid crew from top to bottom. All four or five of our receivers that go out there and play every single down have a chance to break one. Our two main running backs, Owen Morris, Tristan Lewis, can bust a touchdown every single time they touch the ball. We have some ball hawks in the secondary that go up and get picks. Linebackers are physical. D-line's not the biggest in the world, but they move really well. They're great athletes. So we knew that we had all the pieces to have a chance to make a run. It's just if we could keep those pieces where they need to be and continue to improve throughout the year, because we knew that where we were week 3, week 4 wasn't good enough. And our guys continue to work the right way every single weekend. We've improved from week 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 all the way to 15. And that's what it takes to have a chance to win a state championship. And I'm proud of the preparation and the hard work our guys have done so far.
It seems like you're really becoming battle tested, each and every week, passing the test and everything else. And it seemed, I think the way it's looking, y'all got a really good shot Friday, on Friday for this state championship. It's going to be interesting to see what happens against a very good Dunham team, especially one of the best players in the state in Elijah Haven. It, pretty much, I think, is your offense kind of the same before you came and everything else, because it's usually more of a running type style that New Iberia usually do, or did you kind of change it up a bit, just trying to make sure? I look at some of your highlights. I'm just because I
Well,
always remember New Iberia in the past. They always love to run the football.
Well, I'll say that the history of Catholic High offense has changed a lot over the years. Whenever I was there in the early to mid 2000s, the first couple of years, our head coach David Como, we were a 10 personnel team. When my older brother was the quarterback, we'd sling the rock, do some zone read stuff. My junior and senior year, we had different personnel, so we kind of moved to more of a 21 personnel team. We're a power team, a lot of different things like that. After that, they had a lot of really good quarterbacks that came through Catholic High over the years, and they did a lot of spread stuff. And then I actually coached back at Catholic High from 2010 to 2013 with Keith Menard, who was the head coach. And we were spread. We had Joe Leesor, who was our quarterback, who played at McNeese for a few years. And after he left, that's when Coach Endez came in. And Coach Endez, he's a wing tee guru. And he changed the offense. They became wing tee, and he was there for, I guess, eight or 9 years. So that's kind of what Catholic High became. That's what everyone thought of. And then Coach Watt came in after, and he did a couple different things. And now, that I'm there, I like to be pretty multiple. I'm a spread guy. I'm a fullback at heart, so I do love some 21 personnel, running some pro, 21 personnel, running some power, things like that. But as a coach, you got to adjust with what your personnel is. And this year, fortunately, we actually have the personnel do all those different things. So we're very multiple. Our quarterback Luke Landry's great. He gets the ball where it needs to go. We have some big power backs. We have some little quick backs that can make a guy miss in a phone booth. And obviously we have a great receiving core and tight end out there that catch anything that's near them. So we are very multiple. I like to run the ball. I like to throw the ball. I like to be as balanced as possible, because I think it makes it gives defenses a tougher time to try to focus on multiple things than just one thing.
Man, it sounds like excitement to me. I cannot wait to see it in person myself on Friday, man. Talk a little bit about your defense and how much they have really stepped up this year, making big plays, and tell us about the defensive players that's really leading the way for the Panthers.
Yeah, everyone loves to talk about the offense. I mean, that's kind of, the more attractive thing out there. But, our defense is lights out. Our defensive coordinator, Coach Henry Orenberger, has done a phenomenal job with game plans, all those different things, getting our guys in good positions to make plays. There's nothing better as a head coach, offensive coordinator, head coach, to better defer and know that your defense get a stop when they take the ball to start the game off, and you basically get that opening kickoff and the second half kickoff. But our defensive guys starts with our linebackers. We have two senior linebackers that fly to the ball, and Bennett Woodring and JD Hidalgo. We have another inside backer, Isaac Andre, who's a good little player, and we have two other senior backers that rotated overhang, Maxwell Chauvin and Jack Romero. But all 4 or 5 of those guys can make plays, make big time plays at big time times. And then in our secondary, we have I think we have 24, 25 picks on the year. So Karan Eugene has, I think, 8 of them with 3 pick sixes on the season. Chris Green has 3 or 4, Tristan Lewis 2 or 3, Layden Mitchell 2 or 3. So that secondary that they can play, man. And like I said earlier, our D line, they're a little undersized. They're not the biggest guys out there, but they can move. They're physical. They're strong. Xander LeBeau is one of our DNs. Michael Bertrand, our nose guard, and Joe Troppi are our 3 starting D linemen. And like I said, they give O linemen, offensive lines, trouble all the time. Even though they're a little bit smaller, probably the heaviest. Our 2 DNs, the heavier one's 200, the other one's about 185. So they're not real massive guys, but they make plays all the time. And our defense, like I said, I mean, they've been lights out. And most of those games where we have given up some points, that was against our 2s later in the game. Against North Lake Christian, they scored 14 against our 1s. That last touchdown was against our 2s, and we started rotating guys in. So our defense is really good. I think that might be our strength of our team, honestly.
Actually, I'm gonna ask you one more thing, and George Peppers will take over with the questions. How much of the community up in New Iberia is gonna be making that trek to New Orleans on Friday for the state championship game? I know that fan base is rabid in itself. Is there well, are we expecting a lot coming down and partake and maybe tailgate or whatever, but come down and support and try to help y'all get that state championship?
Yes, sir, absolutely. I think we have a few huge fan base there. We had a great fan base in Calvary Baptist. That's a pretty good trek up there. Um, we had kids from other local teams. Nish, New Iberia Senior High, and Laurelville High had some kids that came watch our guys play that they're friends with. So there's great community support, not even just the Catholic High community, but all of New Iberia. So I do believe that we're going to have a really good crowd out there. I think they're going to be loud. They're going to, root our guys on and support us, no matter what happens through the ups and the downs of the game, which there will be because we're playing a really good team.
George Peppers.
Coach Desormeaux, first off, on behalf of us, congratulations on making it to the Caesars Superdome and playing for a state championship. Huge accomplishment. Congratulations on behalf of the Hash It Out Show. Let me start by saying that to you. First question, I'm also looking at your schedule, and the first game that really pops off on me is the very first one you played for Vermilion Catholic. Oh, by the way, they play tomorrow. And oh, by the way, that offense is crazy, crazy good. But you talk about the strength of your defense, and you held that team to 14 points. 14
Yeah.
points. No one's done that. Y'all have.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
to me, I'm just, what was it about that game that you was like, you're like, well, okay, well, now you see what Vermilion's done. What did you take away from that game?
Well, first of all, the conditions were pretty rough that night, week one. It was a slop fest. Which honestly I feel like kind of benefited them with what they do offensively. When the quarterback's your main running back, you're not handing the ball off very often. But first thing first, he's a special player, man. That kid John, John Dortes. He's a special player. For the past 3 years, he gave us trouble. Since I've been at Catholic High helping out. I'm glad he's graduating. I'll put it that way. But no, I knew going into it, our defense had a chance to be really good, and that game they played really well. Gave up 14 points to one of the best teams in the state. Obviously, they're in the state championship in Division IV Select. But I was very pleased with the way they played. Made big plays at times. I was a little disappointed, and that we didn't score more than 10 points to win the game. But like I said, it's a great team, and that happens sometimes. You got to have some things go your way, some breaks fall your way, and it just didn't happen that night. We didn't get any turnovers that night, which honestly I couldn't believe that there was not one turnover in that game with the conditions it was from either team. But I was pleased with the way our guys played. We had a lot of mistakes to fix, and we did do that. We continue to improve and learn from our mistakes week in, week out. But no, I mean, we knew going into it, our defense was really good, and we continue to get better and continue to play well all year.
At what point in the season did you realize, hey, wait, we might have something really good here. We might have a chance to get to where you are on Friday. At what point of the season did you feel like that moment hit you?
I'll be honest with you. I felt like it before the season even started. Going through the summer, knowing what guys we had back, our biggest question mark going into it was how our line would handle it. We have 4 new starting offensive linemen. Pretty much all 3 of those defensive linemen are new starters. Pretty much all our skill guys were back. So we knew what we had in that aspect. So the biggest thing was how were our guys up front were able to handle it. And I felt confident about it. I knew they were a good group. It just depended on how long it was going to take them to that learning curve, those live bullets, because it's different on Friday nights than in JV games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But no, going into the season, we felt like we definitely had a chance to make a good run in the playoffs. Whether we felt like we would get to the Superdome or not, like I said, it takes a lot of things to go your way, but I knew it was a possibility.
Take us back to last Friday night against Calvary Baptist, second consecutive road game, and you were down 31-24 inside of a minute and change to go. What did you tell the team to keep them in the moment and allow them the opportunity to come back and pull that game out?
Basically, that it's not over till it's over. Keep playing, keep fighting. Anything can happen in 1 minute. I mean, especially with the way our offense can play, the way our defense plays. We knew if we can go out there and get that onside kick, that we had a really good chance to win the game, because our kicker's a really good kicker. He can hit it from 50 yards on in. So all we do is, move the ball a little bit once you recover that onside kick, and you're basically in field goal range. But our guys did a great job. They executed that 2-minute drill perfectly, killing the clock after first downs. We had no timeouts left, so there wasn't much of a margin for error, and our guys, handled it great. Went out there, executed perfectly, and gave Bennett Boudreaux a chance to win the game on that last second kick.
In the last few weeks, you've played some really top-notch quarterbacks. Eli Friend from Newman, April Mordell last week from Calvary Baptist, and now you get Elijah Haven Friday. What have you seen on tape from Haven that you guys are? I'm not going to get you to give away strategy, but what have you seen on tape from him specifically? What he does, and what do you feel like you guys are going to have to do to extend the tide a little bit?
Well, to tackle well. He's a big, strong kid. We'll hop up, drive our feet, fly to the ball. I mean, if we try to arm tackle him, we're not going to slow him down. Secondary wise, with it, play great coverage. He throws the ball really well. Try to get some pressure on him, try to make him make some bad throws. But the biggest thing is wrap up, drive feet, gang tackle, get him down.
Well, this is what would it mean for you personally? You're at your alma mater. You're playing for a state title. What would it mean if at around 6:30, 7 o'clock after the game gets done and you guys win? What would it mean to you to win this title?
It would mean a lot, not necessarily for me personally, but for our kids. That's what it's about. Those guys have been working so hard, putting in the hours, putting in, the work, early in the mornings, all summer long. Basically, since the baseball team finished playing last spring, it was basically football. It was go time. And we talked about that. This is when you win championships. This is when you win games, not on Friday nights. I mean, anyone can go out there and play on Friday nights. It's making commitments. It's skipping you're here, planning on one of those times, and if we do have off time, making those sacrifices. So that's really what it's all about. That's why I want to win this game. I want to win it for those guys. I feel like they deserve it. They've been working. Some have been playing football since, so I want them to get that and see that hard work does pay off, because, a lot of people don't feel that way. A lot of people try to get through life and try to find the easy way out. But that's the biggest thing. That's what I love about football. It teaches all these life lessons. And I want these guys to realize that, if you put a lot into something, you can get a lot out of it.
Well, you could also tell your kids you've already won one game in New Orleans, Newman 2 weeks ago. Why not win another, right?
Absolutely.
Just go get a title. But exactly. But with that said, there's going to be a lot of passionate fan bases coming to the Superdome over the next 3 days. I feel like yours, though, your school, Catholic New Iberia, especially with how they've ravaged us they've come at us heavy on the Hash It Out show. That's passion. And I feel like that your crowd, your people, that when they get here, they're going to be one of the loudest fan bases of the eight games that we're going to see. I feel it, and just seeing that, I've done this a long time, watched a lot of high school football, and seeing a lot of loud fan bases. I feel like y'all gonna bring a lot of noise Friday.
I think you're right. I think you'll be right.
Yeah, probably so. Last one out of New Iberia, cut the lights off, right? I guess would be the way to say it. What is? I mean, obviously the excitement level has been not top notch, but you guys are coming to New Orleans tomorrow. I know y'all play Friday, but y'all coming down here tomorrow, or what's the itinerary?
We're coming Friday.
Y'all coming on Friday. Okay.
Yes,
well, first of all, safe travels in that respect to come down here, and good luck in that game. Last question. You talk about how great your defense is. Is there any? I mean, you talk about how great your secondary is, and the statistic you gave us. The corner you have eight picks and 3 pick sixes. I think you said they have 25 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's gonna. It feels like that's gonna be a key component against Elijah Haven and Dunham. With the way he plays.
Has
how much?
Was that?
No, I missed your answer. I didn't catch it. I was going to ask you. It feels like it's going to be a very key component Friday. Your secondary against Dunham. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, in fact, all year long they've made big plays for us. Like I was saying, Karan Eugene, I think he has 3 pick sixes for 185 yards of interception return yards. One of them was a 7-yard pick six in Louisville.
Wow. JB?
Coach Desormeaux, good luck to you and your team Friday as you play for the state championship. We wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Thank
All
you,
right,
Coach.
Coach.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Coach Matt Desormeaux of the Catholic High of New Iberia Panthers as they get ready Friday night for the Dunham Tigers. And man, look, Catholic of New Iberia, they snuck up on us. We must admit it,
Sure.
VK. They snuck up on us. And
Mm-hmm.
then, man, their players, their fans, they came. They let us know about it. They let us know about it.
They
All
should.
in good fun. And now here they are playing for a state championship, VK.
They sure is. They snuck up on us, but then when we do the research, they got receipts.
Yes.
They got evidence.
They
They got a
absolutely do.
reason. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say what I gotta say for the picks coming up. But my God, I'm like, I think you convinced us a bit, man. Because I'm telling you, what I'm seeing in the schedules and what I'm seeing in the playoffs and I was like, I don't know how good they are. And all of a sudden, when I'm seeing what I see, I was like, okay, Catholic New Iberia is a lot better than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Lot better, and we missed it. I'm gonna definitely be a man enough and say it to the Catholic New Iberia fans of myself, VK Jones. We missed it. I definitely missed it. And seeing what I'm seeing, I'm like, y'all got a hell of a team. Y'all got a really, really good team. So to me, I don't think the Newman win like that. I was shocked at the score, but I don't think it was like you can't say it's not really a fluke at all.
No,
Period.
I don't think it's a fluke at
I
all.
don't
I
think
mean,
it
I
was a
did
fluke.
I did say Newman had some injuries, you
Yeah, it
know.
was some key injuries, but we realized more and more that Calvary is really a better team than Newman.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like, wow, yeah, they are a lot more better team, and people cannot say, I don't know, Catholic is not as good as no, you can't say that.
Not
You cannot
anymore.
say that, especially the schedule at hand, the stats we've been hearing, especially what they've done defensively, especially holding the main Catholic to just 14 points, the least points all year long.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to pull maybe the biggest shocker of the playoffs to get to the dome, this is a good team, Catalina Iberia fans. Y'all got a hell of a team. My salute to y'all.
Definitely. George Peppers, your thoughts right quick.
I can make one certainty this weekend, and that's Catholic and New Iberia when they see us on the sideline, because they gonna see us with our stuff, and they're gonna talk noise. That's the guys. That's the guys. They gonna come at us. Hey, look, get ready, get ready. We gonna be right in the number. Okay.
It's just like the STM fans last year.
Well,
Yeah,
that was a
Yeah,
little
that coach
different. SCM
found
was
me,
a
boy.
proven program.
That assistant
They
coach
went at
found me
they
on
went
that
at Jared
field,
Boyd
boy.
like a dog. They went at you like a dog last year, man.
continue
I
to
mean,
believe
it
in
was
us.
You better
they
stop
were
believing in us.
relentless.
You better stop believing in us.
Continue to believe in
Man.
us.
Exactly.
Yes.
But but admittedly, that game changed on one play with the injury Lafayette Christian sustained in that game against STM in the dome.
No, it wasn't
So
the injury. It was a pick six
pick
before
six. I mean,
halftime.
pick
That's what
six.
it
No,
was.
the ejection. I'm sorry, the ejection. Who got ejected? Was it Jalen? Well,
Jalen Noel got ejected. Another receiver got
yeah,
hurt.
he got ejected, and
But
I think that changed the complexion. But
I don't think that
To
happens
me,
if the pick six doesn't happen.
to,
I don't
to
think none of that
me,
really happens.
to me, the pick six changed the entire
it did.
game.
Entire
It
game.
did.
Yeah.
Lafayette Christian was driving, and for them to throw that pick six, my thoughts were
Uh
game
oh.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game over.
We
Because
said
I'm
it right
like,
then and there. I said, that's it. You saw it on the sideline how they reacted. The team. They
The
lost
air went out of them.
all the positivity in their mind.
But back to this game Friday, Kathleen Iberia and Dunham. Last Friday, VK and I were coming back from Buras after we did the Logan Sports South Plaquemines game, and Emmanuel called. And he told us how that game finished. That
Mm-hmm.
they were behind inside of a minute, got the touchdown, didn't get the extra point, onside kick, walk off. And I looked at VK and I was like, whoops, we messed up again. It wasn't just once. We looked at each other, we're like, doggone. And look, to the guy, to the team, to the school, to the fans, we love your passion, man. We love it, and we want you to bring it Friday. And I know you will. But for the three of us, we can man up and say we were wrong. The
Oh yeah.
Newman game, I remember when we picked Calvary, and I said, for me, that Catholic and New Iberia took advantage of a great situation. Newman had two offensive line starters out, skill position players out, some defensive pieces out. They were a walking mash unit. And I thought, well, Cavalry's not that. Whoops. That's going to be the common theme, right? Oops. We made a boo boo. And we're not going to question the legitimacy at all. This was nothing to do with that. It was just, did we think that were they good enough to step up against a reigning champion and an elite champion? They are.
Yeah.
And the game that you mentioned, VK, and I mentioned it in the interview on my set of questions with the main Catholic, and that was Hurricane Francine week. That game that was right after Hurricane Francine. So yeah, it was a sloppy track, but still, the whole John Dortez, who we're going to see tomorrow against Wichita Christian, that kid is special, and to hold that team to 14 points, sloppy track or not, that's still an impressive result, and that should have been the precursor to like those guys have something going. And I expect a competitive game Friday. I think Elijah Haven's going to get challenged. It's going to be a big challenge. Dunham,
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks, they got off to slow starts. Remember against Lafayette Christian, they were down 30-7. They came back against Bunky. Bunky hit him with two quick touchdowns, an 80-yarder and a 75-yarder on their first two possessions. They were down 16-0. What happened? They came back and won. I don't know if they could afford another slow start against that defense, Catholic and New Iberia, because if they mess around and they fall behind, they're capable of catching them, but will they? See, that's the
Well,
thing.
I'll say this. I'll say this. We will see come
Absolutely.
Friday.
Yes,
We got
sir.
we got Levance Williams here from Alexandria as they get ready to put ahead
Hmm.
in the car Saturday at noon, big time. But everybody, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, y'all know what time it is.
Big time.
Oh yes, it is time to pick the winners of the state championship games, and this year we get to pick them all. See, last year we only could pick 7,
Right,
not
because
this
you and I
year.
were on the call on one last year.
That's right, because we called Cecilia and Appaloosa last year. This
Right.
year we don't have a game,
All eight.
all late.
Let's
So
get it.
quick commercial break. We'll be right back right here on the Hash It Out Show. Are you in need of a new
Oh, shoot.
windshield? Leo Autoglass can help. For 20 years, Leo Autoglass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair. Give them a call today, 504-301-8353.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hahnville Tigers boys basketball team, and you are watching.
Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504-940-7552.
Green Law Firm is a full-service law firm specializing in personal injury, criminal law, successions, and family law. With over 25 years of experience, the Green Law Firm continues to provide efficient, competitive, and effective representation to clients throughout the state of Louisiana and all across the nation. Consultations are free. If you're looking for results, call the Green Law Firm at 504-328-3990. That's 504-328-3990, located at 931 Westwood Drive, Suite B in Marrero, Louisiana. The Green Law Firm.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, the sports guy. Got VK Jones and George Peppers with me. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to do the picks. Our last picks of the year. Before we do it, let's go to the chat. Jeffrey Mitchell, he said they're bringing it. Catholic New Iberia. Isaac Andre, see y'all Friday. Jeffrey said, remember, don't pick Catholic or New Iberia.
Oh wow.
Oh man, Austin Tyler, Catholic New Iberia got speed. Yep. Austin Tyler also says he will wear a shirt saying VK Wright and lunch and a sing a song and sing a song if VK goes undefeated for the
Wait, what
championship.
song though?
I don't know.
Austin. What
I am
Austin? What
confident.
song?
I am confident he won't go undefeated.
Wow, the hate being spread here.
Levance Williams, keep putting out good work, fellas. We enjoy this all year. Thank you, Levance. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
All right, guys, it is time. As I pull up the brackets, we will start with Division One, nine. Matter of fact, I am
Let's
going
go.
to. I'm gonna go in order of how the game's being played.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Let's go that
Yeah,
way.
hell yeah, let's do that.
But
All
before
right.
you do,
Uh huh.
congratulations, VK. A 12-3 record last week, sir. You put it on me and Jared last week. We finished 9-6. You won the picks. As we head to championship week, you, sir, are one game behind the both of us. So game on. Let's go.
Hey, I'm like this. It's very humbling to really get go 12-3. You know, it's just a fact. A lot of hard work, a lot of hard work into it, and I fit the song.
Hard work into it. I hear
Oh,
you, bro.
I,
Where the
I,
hard work been? Where was the hard work in the regular season then, huh?
yeah,
man,
what was it?
hey, bro, a couple of weeks I came freaking close. It ain't like I'm like. There were times I was behind,
You
but there
lost
were
by double
times
digits,
I
bro.
was like missed about maybe about 2-3 games or something like
You
that.
lost
I
by
did
double digits, bro.
hold up, but I did tie you. I did tie you once this year.
See you. You know, I tied you 1 week. No, I'm going
I,
the
t- I
total, the totality. You lost by double digits, bro.
it's,
18, by the way.
it's
There you go.
whatever.
Thank you,
But
George. 18 games.
it's
Right.
it's,
You're
it's
welcome,
it's
sir.
it's it's all it's all to the good. See, I got one more week. I'm 12-3. Let's see how the momentum goes. All I know, everybody gonna be quiet if I win the champion, if I win the playoff championship. So that's just what it is. It don't matter to me right now. I'm humble, I'm grateful, but we're gonna see what happens this weekend. Let's end it off with a bang.
Let's do it.
Any any bets on the game? I don't
High
think we got
school?
it.
Mm-mm.
No, no. And
We don't
Karan
do that.
Eugene, he's a player for Catholic of New Iberia. No, Karan, we're not betting anything, my man. Not on this one. And VK
Wrong
Austin
department.
says you have to pick the song on that. Okay, you got to pick the song.
We are the champions, Queen.
Oh God.
That's
All
not a
right,
bad pick, though.
this is really not. They both saying it now. VK with the post game speech and Kenny VK act like he here giving a victory speech, like he won an Oscar. Oh boy, yes indeed. All right,
He's
man.
counting it before they hatch.
Let's get to it, man. We are in Division Four Select. That's the first game this tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Vermilion Catholic versus Washita Christian. I think the last time these two teams played was in 2022 for the championship, I believe. And I think Washita Christian
They did.
walked out with the championship. I'm going to go first. Washita Christian does not walk out with the championship this time. Vermilion Catholic. Jonathan Dartez will make sure his team leads with the championship. Give me Vermilion Catholic VK.
I gotta agree with you on that. I gotta agree with you on that. Washington Christian has really proved us wrong all year long, and for them to get to the dome, big ups to them. Big time redemption for them to get back to the dome. But I think the main Catholic just has way too much for Washington Christian. I like Vermilion Catholic to take it in Division 4.
All right, GP.
So we're starting the championships with John Dartez, right?
That's
Special
right.
player. I
Yep.
mean, this is going to be this is not a table center. Dartez is legit. He's one of the best players in the state, bar none. Um,
We
we're going
getting
to pick
there,
the game in a
Karan.
minute, Karan.
We getting there,
Um,
Karan. We getting there.
yeah,
All
we
right, go ahead.
are. But Wichita Christian, for a year, this was supposed to be a transition year, right? After
Mm-hmm.
last year's gag job in the semifinals at Southern Lab, where they gave away a 15-point lead and lost, with a senior-laden outfit. This was a younger outfit that wasn't projected to get here. Here they are, and they've really turned it on in the playoffs. With that said, I'm going to line up with my brothers right here and go Vermilion Catholic. I just think Dartez is going to make some very impactful plays late. This game will be close. I think it's close, but Dartez is going to be the difference. And in a game, what I always say, in a game that's figured to be close, give me the team with the most impactful player. Jonathan Dartez is going to make some plays late, and Vermilion Catholic's going to win the state championship.
All right. Kenny says it's going to be interesting in this one. OCS stopped the run, and yeah, LZ was out for Cincinnati Catholic due to injury, but it was the pass that got them. Can they shut
Yep.
down Dartez running will be big. All right. We're going to go to Division 4, 9 select. That's the 3:30 game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That is between Haynesville and
Sounds
South
like.
Plaquemines. And then they got some history, but the history been put on hold for a few years now. But now the history has resurfaced between Haynesville and South Plaquemines. Who's going to win this game? Man, I think we in for a good game. I really do. I really do. But I think the athletes from Buras, Louisiana, is going to come through in this one. I got the Hurricanes defeating the Tornado, the Golden Tornado, as I was corrected because I said Golden Tornadoes. No, they are the Golden Tornado. The South Plaquemines Hurricane defeats Haynesville. I got the South Plaquemines Hurricanes. VK.
This is gonna be a great game, great ball
Yeah.
game in itself. Two great powers, especially Haynesville, who has 17 state championships, looking for 18.
What's the rumor,
South
Kenny?
and South Plaquemines looking for state championship number 3. They have been an earlier power, like I said, they were established in 2006. And for them to win 2 state titles, humble beginnings up in Port Sulphur, Louisiana. And then all of a sudden, it took a couple years for them to finally build a brand new and improved high school up in Buras. And it's a beautiful emphasis in itself. Coach Loudfeet was part of that beginning foundation. Now he is part of what is the new South Plaquemines and what they're doing going forward. I told Loudfeet this before the season started that if it's a chance for you to have a legacy, this is your chance here. And I'll tell you one thing for sure. If South Plaquemines wins in itself, he already has 2 state titles as a player, but have one as a coach, especially the history of Plaquemines Parish,
Mm-hmm.
you are king in Plaquemines Parish.
Free meals for life.
This is you ain't gotta pay nothing anymore.
Nope.
I think this is gonna be a great game. Haynesville is gonna bring it, but I got the South Plaque Hurricanes winning their third state championship.
Well, that's a rumor I didn't even hear, Kenny. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. I know teams can go on huddle and get
Mhm.
all the film they need. To be honest with you, and like it was
And
back in the day, well, here you go, we meet up somewhere or whatever. But I that's a rumor I didn't hear. Not hear it now, so don't know about that. Verified by Logan Sport. I don't know about that either. Be honest
Mm.
with you, can't. But I can't speak on it. But go ahead, George. What you got?
well, what have I said all year long about Haynesville? This is a team on a mission after how they got embarrassed last year to Oak Grove in that very building in the Caesars Superdome. So they have been everything right. They have done everything right. But we were in Buras last Friday night, and that raw emotion, VK, that we felt after that game, that raw emotion with Coach Feet, with the players, man, let me tell y'all something. There's something special down there. And this week, Lyle Feet was able to get this team to practice at the Saints camp. He is going all out to get this team to make them feel the moment, feel the experience of what it means, because he's been there. And I think that guiding hand, the fact that he's got 2 titles of his own, of his own to lean on and preach to his kids, hey, look, this is what it takes. Follow me. We're going to get it. And that defense, let me tell y'all, the guy that really impressed me last week, VK, and I mentioned this on the broadcast to you, Roderick Parker Jr. That young man said, you know what? There were situations in that game. It was back and forth all night long. But Parker, on a couple of plays, and go back and watch the game on JB, the Sports Guys YouTube channel. All right. If y'all want to see it, Parker was a difference maker late. I feel like in a game like this, Haynesville has not seen this kind of team with defensive players that could fly. And South Plaquemines has no, I can't get it, Jalen Williams, the running back, and Parker. They've got athletes. They've got dudes that can get it all day. This is going to be a tantalizing final. I had one of my friends tell me this feels like St. James Union Parish last year in the Dome, where South Plaquemines had all the prep and all that stuff and they lost late. Not happening. Loud feet, get ready. At about 6:50, 6:45, whatever, you're going to win your first state championship as a head coach. Give me the Hurricanes to knock off Haynesville in a classic.
And before I move on, Coach David Franklin, his father got his last win against Boothville Venice in the playoffs in
Yep.
2001.
Alton Red Franklin.
Yep. All right, the third game, Friday, 7 o'clock, Division 3
Thursday.
non-select. We got St. James and Sterlington. Rematch of last year's semifinals. I really think it's going to be too much Jacai's Villanova and Kanai Carl Young. I think St. James gets the state championship after losing last year. Give me St. James. VK.
This is going to be an interesting game in itself. I think this is going to be very, very close. Sterlington has been on fire. They have been on fire lately, and I'm not underestimating them for 1 minute. I think this will come down to the wire, but St. James, last couple of minutes, they'll get a winning touchdown or a touchdown to put the game away late because this Sterlington team has been playing a tough schedule and they made them very, very battle tested. But I really like St. James, but I think they'll score a touchdown last minute to get the win, or they'll probably get a late touchdown to put it away. And then big time redemption for head coach Levanta Davis finally getting a state championship. I'm going with St. James.
Will Martinez. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. Throughout the whole playoffs, the three of us, we've picked St. James every game. We've picked them every game. So I'm not doubting you that other people probably pick Union to beat y'all and this and that. But I'm telling you, throughout the whole playoffs, us three has picked St. James every game.
We've been raving about St. James a lot throughout the season. And then on top of that, we raved about them going into the playoffs and everything else. And for them to be, this is like one of the youngest teams, especially in St. James, to get to the Dome. If they win on Thursday night, look out for these Wildcats. We know they're going to be there the next couple of years, but for them to win a state championship with this young team, they're about to wreck shop the next about 3 years because
Go ahead,
that
George.
is going to be crazy.
I picked against St. James last week, the only time I did in these playoffs. Remember,
Oh, it
I
was
took
you.
Union Parish.
You did it.
It was me. Yeah, me. It was me. I forgot what movie that's from, but anyway, the only concern I have is how much did that comeback take out of them last week? They were down 21 points. You know, they expended a lot of energy to knock off Union Parish. Sterlington's a similar animal, but with those athletes on that carpet and Levanta Davis, I think they feel like they let one get away last year. You know, they didn't make stops late. Remember, you and I, Jared, were on the sideline on Union Parish's side, and when they got the ball down a touchdown, I said, if they score, they're going for the win. They're not kicking no extra point. And Travion Holly was right there by us, and he looked at us and he said, just nodded his head. and they got it done. Big ups to them. Congrats to them. But Levante Davis, this is your time. This is your moment. Sterlington, all due respect, you have had a spectacular season. You guys are very worthy here. But the Wildcats are going to win a state title, and Vacherie will party like it's crazy. They are going to have a crazy celebration. St. James, my pick.
Okay, let's go to the Friday games now. And that's starting with Division Two Select. The Archbishop Shaw Eagles versus the E.D. White Cardinals. All right. Like I said, somebody running game got to be stopped. And I say if Shaw's able to stop the running game of E.D. White, Shaw will win this game. And my pick is Archbishop Shaw will get its second state championship in football after winning its first one 37 years ago. Give me the Shaw Eagles winning District 2 Select VK.
This is going to be an interesting game in itself. Both teams love to run the ball. Edie White, they could take advantage of Shaw's defense because of their size and everything else. They like to run the ball and they like to run it well. But if the biggest thing Archbishop Shaw has to do, they have to really jump on them. They have to really jump on Edie White. If they could jump on them, I don't know if Edie White is going to be able to come back. It's going to be a hell of a ball game Friday. Oh, Friday afternoon, and everything else. Edie White does have a puncher's chance, has a shot, but I am going to go with those boys out of Marrero, Archbishop Shaw and Hank Tierney, finally breaking the curse and winning the state championship for the first time since 1987. Give me the Eagles.
George.
Mm. Oh, okay. So far, we've agreed on every game. The games we have picked to this point. So, as far as no, we'll be in New Orleans, and look, that's my little brother.
We'll be there to
Austin,
the end.
absolutely, all the way. All right. I talked to Emmanuel about this matchup because he's going to be on the color for this game on the ticket Friday to lead us off. Him, Kenny, and Wayne Stein are going to be on the booth, and he told me, he says, George, do not mistake one thing. Edie White throws out of the veer. They can throw it.
Hmm.
Okay, they're not the typical veer that the quarterback's going to throw ducks or whatever. They can throw it. So this is a very complex matchup for Shaw. In that vein, though, you got Division One running back Jasper Parker on that team, Shaw. He's the alpha dog. We know this, but I feel like the one guy that's got to be the difference. If Edie White keys on Parker, I think Mason Wilson's going to have to up his game on Friday. Your quarterback, and he's going to be the reason. I'm just looking at something else. He's going to be the reason why the phrase "near the banks of the Old Man River" screams loudly as the Archbishop Shaw Eagles, for the first time since 1987, win Division Two Select State Championship. And I think this is going to be a close game. It's not going to be the whitewashing. I think this is a touchdown difference either way. But near the banks of the Old Man River, right, Jared? Isn't that y'all alma mater?
That's
They're going to be
correct.
coming out a lot loud Friday. Shaw wins the state title.
All right. We're going to go to Division 3 Select now. Here we go. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Sorry. Here we go. Right here. Division 3 Select. Let me get there right quick. There it is. All right, we got it. Dunham versus Catholic of New Iberia. I think it's gonna be a good one. I
Mhm.
really do. I really do, man. And Elijah Haven, he's gonna have a good day passing the ball. He's gonna have a good day. But this is gonna come down to either a turnover sometime or a defensive stop. And I don't know. We will see. But Give me the Panthers of Catholic New Iberia getting the win over Dunham. I got Catholic New Iberia. Who you got, VK?
Ah, dang it, Mr. Ball,
Oh no, I know what that means.
dang it, Mr. Ball. I thought it was gonna go that one way. I'm kind of not surprised, but I thought at first I had to pick, but then doing the interview tonight, doing the research, what I found, not just with the fan base, but looking at the research itself and talking with Coach, I'm pretty much convinced. We know Dunham has Elijah Haven. This has been a very good Dunham squad, but at the same time, they cannot have a bad start against this Catholic New Iberia team. And Catholic New Iberia has just been so battle tested. For them to go through what they go through to get to where they are. Close game, but I gotta agree with Jared. Catholic New Iberia wins the state championship.
Yeah, Dunham was there 2 years ago, man, and how they lost that game. St. Charles scoring a touchdown and the onside kick, and St. Charles scoring again. Yeah, took every momentum from Dunham with that one. Go ahead,
Mm.
George.
So VK is picking against the team he had in his top five at one point this season, right?
Yeah, he is.
I just want to make sure, Austin Tyler, you see this, right? You see this. I'm just saying.
Remember, remember,
So
remember, I did that a couple years ago with
I know Kentwood.
no,
Well, we're
no,
gonna remind you,
no, actually
Kentwood.
Rustin, because I had Rustin all year, then all of a sudden I picked Destrahan in the title
Yeah,
game.
and then
Yeah.
they won
Hmm.
because Rustin wasn't ready that year. That said, in this game, focusing on this game, I said this earlier about Dunham. They cannot, I agree with you, VK. They can't start like they did in the last 2 weeks. But the most impressive statistic was what Coach gave us. Coach Desormeaux gave us 25 interceptions in in this season. That screams ball hawk. But and I'll be the devil. I'll be the devil's advocate here. There's a pick championship that's to be won. So far through half the field, we've gotten all the games. We agree. Somebody's got to win this pick title, and we're not going to do it picking all 8 games together, the same way. So I'm going to break the tie. Give me Elijah Haven and Dunham. In this game, here's my call of the weekend: overtime. I think we're getting extra football here. Dunham wins this thing in overtime and gets it right after what happened 2 years ago because they arguably should have beat St. Charles. But big comeback by the Comets that day. They let it get away. They have it. Who had JFK in the top? Was it me? I don't know.
It wasn't me. I didn't have
I wasn't
JFK.
me.
Maybe
Might have
VK
been
had
me.
JFK in the top five at one time. It wasn't me though.
Yeah, after they beat Warren Easton, if I remember right, I think.
Yes, yes.
But I don't remember which one of us. Yes, indeed. Austin's after all, Lord. I knew that was coming. But give me Dunham to win the state title in an overtime thriller.
All right. I want to let y'all know South Plaquemines did practice at the New Orleans Saints facility.
Yep.
But today, as I'm looking at it right now, the Haynesville Golden Tornado practiced at LSU. So they're on their way to New Orleans to get into their hotel rooms and get ready for tomorrow. All right. The last game on Friday night, Division Two non-select. It is the number 1 seed, Franklinton Demons, taking on the number 18 seed, Cecilia Bulldogs. And I'm going to say this: Tito Solari is healthy, and they've been racking up points all throughout the playoffs. And they didn't even play at home. Every game was on the road. On the road. And they look like they are on a mission. Yesterday, Coach Salter from Maggio says, we are the number 1 seed and we are the underdogs. We were the underdogs last week against Iowa. And now we the number 1 seed in the championship, and we are the underdogs to Cecilia. ladies and gentlemen, a new champion will be crowned in Division Two non-select, and it will be that school from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. The Cecilia Bulldogs will be your state champions this Friday night after defeating Franklinton. Now I pass it on to VK Jones.
Mm.
You've been clowning me all week, man.
I ain't clowning. I just said I'm passing it on to you,
Well,
man.
I'll
What
take the way you say it with the grin, but it's okay. So
little
it, we
Oh
good.
wow.
sarcasm
We
in it,
good.
huh?
We good. We good. But I think this game is going to be very, very close. It's, two good coaches, two really good people that I know pretty well. Dennis Gaines from Cecilia, what a job he's done this year to have them back in the Superdome. Basically, pull it. I know it might not be the same because they did. This is almost a similar run to Opelousas. Let's be real, because of the fact of the double-digit seed and the wins they got on that playoff run. So it's almost a similar thing. But for them to get back, looking for redemption, they definitely have a shot. Franklinton, a very, very good team. They've been consistent all year long under Coach Sato Formaggio. And also Jacob Crane has been really been stepping up. And last week he was unreal, had over 366 yards passing to try to put that, so wind up putting away Iowa in a very close game. So this is going to be a very close game, but I gotta go with Cosato Formaggio putting the icing on a cake of a great career. I know he's still got some years to go, but one of two coaches in the state leading three schools to a state championship. And I think Coach Satamaggio wins his second state title. Give me Franklinton.
George Peppers.
I knew that was going to happen.
Oh
I knew
yeah,
that.
I know.
I knew that.
Yeah,
It was a foregone conclusion, Jared. There was no need for a recount. Franklinton was his pick, and I get it. Dennis Gaines, though, they got here last year, Jared. You and I were on the call in this game last year,
that's right.
and that team looked like they were overwhelmed by the power and Opelousas, right? They didn't look like they didn't embrace the moment last year. They looked like they were. It was a little too big. That
I
was
think
the.
I think they I think they embraced it, but I think Opelousas
They got physical,
made the adjustments to where they were not going to let them run the ball.
exactly. But as you mentioned, the biggest point of contention, not contention, biggest point to make, and I will add to it. Diesel Solari is not beat up like he was last year. He's healthy. And you see this offense. They are throwing Madden numbers at people. You know, this team reminds me of a better offensive version of Acadiana when they were the 27 seed. Remember that? They had to forfeit some games and they whitewashed their way to a state title. They destroyed people, right?
That's
I don't
right.
know if Cecilia does that here, but Emmanuel and I talked about this game too. And he's picking the Bulldogs. He told me he's going with Cecilia. For me, I've said one thing to you, VK. What did I tell you last Friday about Franklinton? I said that's the one seed that feels underappreciated. That's like because remember in the quarters they played Lakeshore district rematch, right? How many wise guys were like Lakeshore could get him this time? Lakeshore could get him. They almost did, but didn't. Last week against Iowa, a very worthy semifinal. Well, they could pull this upset. I picked Iowa, so did Jared, and that was the game you got us. I tell myself, pick with your head, and my head tells me when an offense runs like that Cecilia offense does, this is going to be a high scoring pitch battle. But give me the 18 seeded Cecilia Bulldogs to pull this out late. Cecilia wins this game.
Okay, now let's head to Saturday, the noon game, Division One Select, the second game that has the top two seeds playing each other. Edna Carr and Alexandria. It's going to be a lot of purple and gold in that Superdome for this game. JT Lindsay comes to town, and I think Edna Carr only allowed one 100-yard rusher the entire season, and that was Jasper Parker of Archbishop Shaw. So here comes JT Lindsay, another top-notch, top-tier, four-star running back going to LSU. And they got a great offense as well. So does Edna Carr. Carr's defense is legit. But I heard Alexandria defense is pretty good also. Who gets the win? Ladies and gentlemen, a seventh championship is headed back to Algiers, Louisiana, as the Edna Carr Cougars will defeat the Alexandria Trojans. Give me Edna Carr. VK Jones, who you got, brother?
I think this is going to be a close game. This is going to be I think this is going to be maybe probably the game of the weekend.
Ooh.
Probably the game of the weekend because I think this has been the matchup we've been all waiting for all year long. Alexandria is here and they're on a mission. They're on a mission from God, you can say, because they've been just been convincing, especially with the returning starters that they have, and they're looking for redemption against Carr. It's going to be a hell of a game, hell of a close game, but this Carr team is just so hungry. They're so hungry, and they're trying to get a seven-state title, and this starting to look like this 2014 Carr. Is it 2014 or 16 when them and Andrew Walker played?
16.
16.
16. Starting to be that 2016 Carr team once again. That really totally dominated and hard to stop. I like this. It's going to be a very close game. In Austin, yes, I wish it would be that time too. I got in the car by a touchdown in a great ball game. Give me the Carr Cougars.
Go ahead, George.
It's just waiting for the cube. Okay. Jared, you set this up beautifully last night when we talked about this Alexandria. The timeline set up, how you had it. When they beat Destran, it was like, oh, Jackson Fields was hurt. Then they beat West Monroe. West Monroe ain't that good. Then they popped Ruston. Oh, wait a minute. And then what they did to Neville at the end of the year, they thrashed Neville. That was never close. Alexandria, the point is, and I will elaborate on this point, they have answered the bell all year long. What stops them here? I have also said consistently, Edna Carr is that team. They have been special. They have run through a lot of people. But when they got pushed last week against a very worthy Catholic of Baton Rouge team, that Bears team pushed them all the way to the finish, lost by 2. Carr answered some questions that night. Could they play a 4-quarter game against a worthy opponent and win it? They did. Great coaches matchup, guys. That's what we're not saying here. Bryce Brown and Thomas Bachman. This is a great X's and O's matchup. Strategizing. Both teams have legit offenses. Both teams have playmakers. JT Lindsay breaks 100 yards. I think he's going to get it. But will it be enough to beat this Edna Carr team? At the end of the day, this might be the longest game of the weekend because I think both teams are going to score, score, and score, and score. I think this is one of the higher scoring games of the weekend. I'm going to go with the team from Algiers to win by a field goal. Nakar wins the state title.
He said Edna Carr winning by a field goal. Whoa, that's
Yep.
that's
Gotta
that's
be
strange,
bold,
but
man. Gotta be, gotta
they
be. It is strange, but you gotta be a little bold then.
gotta be a close field goal. Can't be too
Maybe
far,
about 20,
right, VK?
about 26 yards. I'll take it.
Well, Jaden Hunter is a very experienced kicker for Carr, and
Okay.
like Coach Bryce Brown has been saying, they've been working and working to prepare for a moment like that. So,
And
especially
it may
games
happen
like that,
Saturday, BK.
I can agree with that. That it
Mm-hmm.
possibly could. He does need to be in a close range a bit, but I think Jaden can get it as far as maybe to 30,
Okay,
maybe 30 yards. So if he can get between that, get closer, he'll be fine. Beyond that, I
Yep.
don't
all right.
Might be dicey.
So the ball got to be on the 13-yard line, no further than 30 yards. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. No, that's not it. Division
It
One
is.
non-select, the last one. Central of Baton Rouge and the Ruston Bearcats. Man, Central got a good defense, man. They are holding people to a low amount of points, VK. They really are. You're not really scoring too much against them. But this Ruston team seems like they're on a mission all of a sudden after losing those two consecutive ball games to Neville and
Alexander.
Alexandria. So they're like they're on a mission. And Ruston is the only returning state champion to be playing inside the Superdome this week. So who does JB the Sports Guy has winning the non-select Division One championship? We going back to back. What? What? We going back to back. Ruston Bearcats back to back champs, baby. Give me Ruston. Coach Ball and his team doing it once again. Third straight appearance inside the Superdome. Second straight championship. VK.
Well, you know, I think this game is going to be very another good one, a good one to close it out here. Central, you know, for
He
them to
did, Kenny.
just, yep, yes, he did. For Central to get the way they need to be, David Seminole sharing the same moment with Nick Santamaggio, three teams to a state championship game, and he's done unbelievable work at Central. And for them to get what they need to get, and basically Central, it was like the spirit of Sid Edwards was kind of with them last week with that block kick. Because remember, that same moment happened when Sid Edwards was at Central when they beat Brother Martin. A block kick and getting the touchdown to put the game away.
Let me stop you right quick because
Yes.
we got a question from one of the fans, Christy
Yeah.
Seller Stelly. Did y'all talk about Vermilion Catholic game yet? Yes, we did. We talked about it, and all three of us picked Vermilion Catholic to win the championship. Go ahead, VK.
Yeah, and looking at, I mean, that was one of the best endings I've seen in a playoff game, and for it all these years later to happen again, but in the state semifinals. Central has been a tough team all year. We said it, Jared. We both said it that this team is capable of getting to the state championship game and capable to win state, and they're here. I think it'll be close. Comes down to the wire, but I think Ruston wins, goes back to back. They win by a field goal. Ruston Bearcats and Coach Ball does it again.
You're welcome, Christy. George Peppers.
Okay. VK going trying to get back in the good graces of the Ruston faithful from a couple of years ago, but that's cool.
I
I
picked
I
them
thought
last year.
I know you did. We all did. We thought they would win, and they did. They handled Zachary last year as they should have. Now we go to this year. Central. Look, you said everything right, VK, but what you didn't say, Neville gave that game away. They were in control of that football game, and this is from, talking to Emmanuel. It's like they left points on the board in that game last week. The blocked field goal that went back for a touchdown. They missed a couple of field goals and an extra point. They left points on the board. Now, I mean, Central deserves to be here because they kept fighting. But Friday night when we did the South Plaquemines game and I updated you on the Ruston score, I saw your jaw drop a couple of times when I kept updating you and how bad it got. This Ruston team has figured it out, has found themselves again. Because remember early in the year what they did out of state. Longview, Texas is a powerhouse in Texas, and this Ruston team punished them at their place, right? I don't think there's a team in the state of Louisiana that could beat them playing 48 minutes even up.
You
Ruston,
don't you don't think it's a team in the state that could beat
no,
them?
in that division.
Okay, I got
Now,
you.
them and that in the car would be a fascinating game. We've already seen this match with Alexandria, and Alexandria popped them pretty good, but they weren't playing good at the time. Now they are, and what they did to Marcus Scott and Destran last week was just borderline wild, dominating that game pole to pole, 44-7. That's incredible, especially the way Destran was coming into that game, y'all. Full of fire and momentum, and they got stopped. I don't know. Central has the athletes. Destrehan does, and this is where I think Ruston takes care of business, and I think they win this game by 10. Ruston going back to back. Bearcats.
Rustin going back to back.
Back
They
to
going
back.
back to back.
That's right.
Let me stop for the Central Wildcat people. They win.
Start flooding us.
They gonna find me. Who you say going back to back? I don't
Well,
know.
don't let them win and they start talking that noise. They're gonna
Boy, I
remember
don't.
long memories, dude. Long
Boy,
memories.
I
It's.
don't want no trouble. I don't want no smoke. None of that.
I think.
At all.
I
It's
think.
all in fun, y'all. Trouble. It's all in fun.
I think out of the three, George is the only one that is really convinced that this game might not even be close. Which
I
I
said by 10.
by 10,
I-
at least by 10
That
points. Okay,
that's not a
so
blowout.
no, okay, that's cool. That's cool. The,
If I'd have
the,
said by
the,
21 or 28, yeah, that's a blowout. But this is going to be close, and I think Ruston gets some separation somewhere in the fourth quarter to put that
I
thing to bed.
I get you. I got you. I get what you're saying because it's almost like
Thank
right at
you.
the end, 2 minutes to go, all of a sudden touchdown. Rust, just like last year how Rustin put it away. So
Yeah, they put Zachary away midway fourth. Yeah, they did.
so I totally get that. Totally.
All right. Well, everyone, we thank you all for joining us tonight. If you're going to the games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day you go on, or if you go to all three, if you go to two, please be safe getting there. Please be safe. Traveling grace to all of the teams that's coming on down, all of the fans, parents, friends, family who's going to watch. Traveling grace. Pray that everyone gets to their destination safely. We all do. Um, Man, the high school football season, man, it's come and gone just like that, so fast. Man, we be waiting for it for so long, and then it's gone just like that. But we're
Hmm.
at the end. The state championship game starts tomorrow. Tomorrow. If you're watching, you got Cox Cable. It's on YearView. You see it on TV. I think the YearView YouTube channel will show it also, and the LHSAA network is showing it, I think, only on their app. I don't think it's going to be shown on YouTube. I thought it was, and I read something earlier that it's not going to be shown on YouTube on the LHSAA network. So it's only through
No,
the app. That's what I
no,
was told. That's
on
what
it.
I was told. So
It's probably only through the app, and plus it's going to be probably through NFHS as well.
I
So
was getting to that.
no
NFHS
sir.
also has it, but you got to pay for NFHS. So there you have it. And I would think if it's showing on, if you can't get LHSA network on YouTube to show it, I would kind of think your view on YouTube wouldn't show it either. I don't know, but I'm just saying what I was told. But hopefully I can find out some more. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, state championship week starts tomorrow at noon. I'll be down there. George Peppers will be there. VK will not be able to show up till Friday. Unfortunately, he has some other things to take care of.
Yep.
That's priority, so he has to do that. But before we get out of here, VK Jones, do you have any last words?
Yeah, man, kind of sucks that not gonna be there tomorrow, but it is what it is. I wish all the teams all the luck in the world this weekend, you know, and
Oh boy, Kenny trying to put us on the spot, man. Jesus, Kenny.
no kidding. Not gonna do it. We're not doing it, Kenny. No kidding. No, no, no.
Y'all ain't doing it? Y'all ain't doing it?
No, no, no.
You're
I
not doing
am.
it, George? George, you gonna
I
do
don't
it?
Oh, of
know.
course George gonna do it.
I mean, look, hey, VK,
We're
I
gonna
mean,
find
that's a
you.
fan question. We got to answer our fans, right? And then look,
But that's a
if
that's
we
a
when if we answer, if we answer, we're not doing it in the vein of disrespect. It's just on what each team's personnel grouping brings. Okay, that's what this
Go ahead,
is.
George. You gonna
Now,
answer
I
Kenny? Go
said
ahead.
to you, Jared, yesterday. I said to you off air. I don't see a blowout this week. 7-1 seeds are in the championship. The power rating system is outstanding. The matchups we have, every one of them has theater and drama filled. Great storylines, subplots, all that. I don't see a game where you look at a team and you're like, oh, they'll win by 20 or 30. This is not that time, VK. All these games are going to be competitive. A lot of these games are going to come down to the final 5 minutes, where what does Scott Hansen say on Red Zone? The fourth quarter, where wins become wins and losses become losses. I think that's what he says on Red Zone every week, something like that. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I got Rustin winning the state title. Awesome. You could give me 28 all day. I'll take that. I don't think they beat Central by 28. They'll win it, but all the games. Jared, I got a question for you. Which one of us is going to update VK on that second game tomorrow?
The
South
South
Black and
Plaquemines Haynesville game.
yeah, South Black and Miss Haynesville, because he's he was. We're going to update you on all three games, VK, because you're not going to be there tomorrow. We got you on all three.
We
All
got them
right.
covered.
Yeah, we got them
Definitely.
covered.
I definitely
Um,
appreciate it.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let VK get back to his last words. But I do have a game in mind that can be a blowout, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not
I know
gonna
who
say
you're
it.
thinking. I know who you're thinking too.
You do? Mm.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
It's
let me
one or
know, and I
two, and I know it. I know it, and it's not Shaw. It's not who it is.
yeah, let me know in the group chat.
You
Go
got
ahead,
that.
VK. Go ahead. Your last words. I can let yours finish.
I think I know what it is too. So I ain't gonna even say nothing on that. I'll keep my
Not on
mouth
air.
shut. But no. But I'm I just feel this is gonna be a great weekend. I cannot wait till I get that Friday, Thursday, duty calls. Hopefully it'll be victory. Is actually gonna be feeder school night at Patrick Taylor. So a lot of our advanced elementary schools are going to come by, free admission for the kids, as
Good.
Patrick Taylor will be playing Riverside. JV be at 5, varsity will be at 6:30. So it should be interesting tomorrow. So come on, all the kids from all the advanced schools, come on over. All the schools from the advanced program, kids get in free. So come on in and come check out our basketball team, and we'll see what happens with that. But I wish all the teams the luck in the world. If we have a lot of if the locals come up through and get through, especially Archbishop Shaw, if they wind up breaking that curse, I've seen a lot of things over my years, but I know without a shadow of a doubt,
Oh, damn it, Kenny.
something else is gonna break one of these years. Something is gonna break. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, my people who know what school I came from. Something bound to freaking break one of these years. It's gotta happen. That's all
Somebody
I
gonna
gotta
break
say.
your finger. That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Pointing at the camera like that. Somebody gonna break your finger.
Break
Go
my
ahead,
finger.
George. It's your last word.
Oh,
It's gonna
I don't
break
know how
my
to. I
finger.
don't know how to top. I don't know. That
Hey,
finger
with the
was coming
pointer.
my way though.
Jerry gonna break
That
my
finger was.
finger. Ain't that
I didn't say I was gonna break your
Man,
finger. I said
I'm
somebody gonna
glad.
break your finger. I didn't
it's
say
the
I.
Christmas season. We ain't breaking fingers, y'all. It's the Christmas
Thank
season,
you,
y'all.
Lord.
We're
Yeah, I
not
wasn't
doing all
breaking a
that.
finger. I say I mean, that's just me. I say I'm gonna break your finger. No, I said somebody gonna break
Man,
your finger.
cut it out.
You gonna be
Cut that
somewhere
out.
one day
We're
pointing
not.
at somebody and they gonna be like,
Yeah,
"Pop."
exactly. Clink. There goes the index finger, right? That's the one he points at.
That's it.
Exactly. When he comes with a splint on the next hash it out show with a splint, you'll know, right? Separated bone structure. Anyway, my last words are simply echoing what you said, Jared. Look, to all the teams, safe travels here. Enjoy the time in New Orleans. Safe travels back home and enjoy Christmas season. But and I'm gonna put this in the group chat about who I think you got as a route. Um, the local representation we have this weekend, South Louisiana, rise up. This could be a very big weekend if all four South Louisiana teams win. Carr, Shaw, St. James, South Black. You talk about a major statement being made because for a while Baton Rouge took control, North Louisiana, but this is the biggest representation South Louisiana's had in a few years in this building. And all four of those teams have a legit chance to win. Oh, by the way, two things are happening on Saturday. We get to see both of them after the last. Well, no, we'll get to see one of them because by the time the second game finishes, the Celebration Bowl is Saturday, and that's Jackson State and South Carolina State. Great matchup, and of
I thought
course,
that was early during the day.
it
Is that
is. But
night?
I'm thinking we're gonna miss that But we are going to see the Heisman Trophy being awarded Saturday night too. Army Navy play on Saturday as well. So a lot of football. But man, it's over, huh? After Saturday, it's all over. At least for us in the high school ranks. But I want to echo what I said last night as my closing statement to all of you who were with us all year long on the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week, to our sponsors, to our cameraman, Devin Martino, Parker Boyd, to you guys. Look, to our cameramen, they are the unsung heroes of what we do every week. Why? Because if they don't put the effort that we put, we don't have the numbers we had last week. We had monster numbers last week, big numbers. But we thank each and every one of our sponsors for believing in us and putting their faith in us. And we hope we delivered a good product for you this year. And we hope to look forward to working with you all next year. And to our cameramen, we look forward to getting with you next year as well. Devin and Parker. Thank you guys for what you do. Jared, VK, thank you for putting the engine into this idea that I gave y'all a couple of years ago. And now look at it. It's a train. It's a locomotive with a powerful engine, and it's just going to get stronger as we move on to 2025.
He means the Hash It
And
Out Show Game of the Week, y'all.
that's what I'm talking about. I don't know who's got intimating other ideas, but whoever it is, I just need to know one more thing. Kenny Remendade, are you going to be in the Superdome? Because VK and I, we need to know.
The way
All
Kenny
right.
sounded just now,
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Have a good night and have a great time this weekend and be safe." The way he
It don't
sounded,
sound like he's going to be there. He's
yeah,
ducking our bet, VK. He's ducking our steak, bro. He's ducking our
oh
steak
Lord,
bet.
now he's the man ducking y'all
I'm
state.
messing
Oh,
around. I'm
yes,
messing
indeed.
around.
This,
But
this is
look,
a big. Go ahead.
oh no, I was almost done. I was going to kick it back to you. But for all we've done for you two guys, just a effort to put the sponsorships together and this broadcast, and we have been really cohesive this year, the last 2 years. Looking forward to doing this again next year when we convene for the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. It's going to be bigger and better. Season 3 of many more seasons. Stay tuned. VK, you can have it back.
Well, plain and simple, this is the fact that we have 5 representations of Southeast Louisiana.
I
5,
forgot
right?
Dunham.
So,
Dunham. Baton Rouge.
No, Edie White,
no,
Oh, Edie
Southeast, man,
White.
Southeast.
Edie White, Franklinton.
Thibodeau. Of course, slip in Franklinton. I'm kidding. They don't know what you are, but that's fine.
Well, you have 6
6.
representations, and we got 5. Well, 2 is in one, 4 is 4 different ones. So one you're gonna have one, but then 4, if the 4 others hit, that's gonna be 5 out of 8 championships, which will be huge, and it will be as big as the 2008 year where Southeast Louisiana took all 5 state championships in the last ever Class 1 through 5A championship weekend.
All right. Well, everybody, Kenny's gonna be there Saturday.
Hey,
He's gonna be there Saturday.
all right,
So,
Kenny. Make sure
yeah.
you have our stuff, man. Appreciate it.
Oh Lord, there y'all go. There y'all go. All right, everybody. We are gonna close this show for tonight. So if you see us walking around the dome on the sidelines, holler at us. Holler at us. Don't be shy. Don't be shameful. I will wave back. I will talk back. It's all good. Talk to us. Other than that, see y'all tomorrow, Friday and Saturday inside the Stupid Dome for VK Jones, for George Peppers, and I'm JB the Sports Guy. Thank you all for watching the Hash It Out show. We'll be back Tuesday and Wednesday, and hopefully we got some state championship winning coaches joining us also on this show. All right, we'll see y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all take care.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
JFK Martial Arts offers a wide variety of martial arts programs for kids, teens, and adults as they empower lives through martial arts. Please give them a call at 985 266 0664 and don't forget to ask about their 1 week free special. Feeling drained from the constant noise in your daily life? Immerse yourself in pure audio bliss with drums. Experience a world of crystal clear sound, free from distractions. Discover the ultimate relaxation and escape into an oasis of serenity. Grab yours today. drumsworld.com.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Metro New Orleans, then you're in the right place. Moe's Pizza has a great selection of Italian food that can satisfy your appetite, and they can also cater to your needs in any event. Give them a call at 504-341-9650 or log on to www.moespizzanola.com, located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego, Louisiana. Moe's Pizza, Italians do it better.
All right, folks, as we kick off tonight's football game, let's take a moment to talk about something just as important as a winning playbook: your financial future. Kaylin Parker, a financial advisor with Magnolia Wealth Strategies, is here to help you stay financially fit off the field. From retirement and estate planning to investment management and even insurance needs, Kaylin Parker is here to help you. Reach out to Kaylin at 504-613-2161 or at cparker@financialguide.com. Thank you for watching the Hash It Out Show. Please like, subscribe, and